What if I told you that women speak a completely different language when it comes to dating? A language where I need space almost never means she actually wants space, and you're such an asshole is actually one of the greatest compliments she could possibly give you. Today, we're going to be translating Womanese, because not understanding it is why so many men get blindsided by breakups they never saw coming, they get friend-zoned when they thought things were going well, or they miss obvious signals that she's actually interested in you. And make sure you stay around until the end, because I'm going to be sharing the single most misunderstood phrase women use that has cock-blocked more men than any other. It sounds completely innocent. It's just 5 simple words. 90% of men respond to it in exactly the wrong way. So these first few womanese phrases are ones you're probably going to hear during the dating, getting to know each other kind of phase, hanging out with a woman. This first one, my ex was a narcissist. What the translation to this phrase actually is, means that she wasn't able to emotionally manipulate her ex with tears, guilt, and shaming tactics. And now she's a bit butthurt about that fact. You see, women will project this label of narcissist onto their exes all the time. Like, you'll hear this consistently, you'll hear this time and time again. And statistically, there's not enough men who are actually clinical narcissists for this to be like a fact. Not everybody's ex is a narcissist. It's impossible. What it means though is that he put himself first, basically. A friend of mine called sign language shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. I believe that I got that from my friend Donovan Sharp. It's a fantastic turn of phrase, but her inability to use sign language with her ex just deflect and by calling him a narcissist. The next phrase is something similar. My ex was a loser. What she's actually saying here is she did all those nasty things in bed that you want to do, but she wasn't able to get him to commit time, energy, and resources to her. Once again, she's butthurt about it. You see, women never call a guy a loser when they're actually like sleeping with him. It's only after they've broken up with the guy that magically, all of a sudden, he turns into a loser. He wasn't a loser when you were sucking his dick. He wasn't a loser when you were banging him. But now you've stopped that. Now magically he's a loser. What that really boils down to is she wasn't able to extract time, energy, and resources from him. Now, maybe he was a loser. Maybe he actually didn't have any of those things, but she still slept with him anyway, right? So she didn't perceive him to be a loser when she was attracted to him and hooking up with him. Moving right along, here's the next one. My ex was controlling. What this actually means is she still flirted with other men and sought the attention of other men while she was in her last relationship because she wasn't attracted enough to him to submit to him. He would have seen her doing this very disrespectful behavior, flirting with other men, right, and seeking the attention of other men while she's in technically an exclusive relationship with him. And he's obviously at some point brought this up and has not been okay with it. Here's the funny thing. A guy who she is attracted to, genuine desire, can tell her, stop doing that. Stop doing that kind of behavior. I don't want you going out partying with your friends. In fact, I want you to take all these raunchy photos off your Instagram. Guys who elicit genuine desire from a woman can make those demands and women will comply. But if she's not absolutely obsessed with the guy, she will not do those things. She's not attracted enough to him to submit to him like that. So when a woman is describing her ex as controlling, typically this is what it means. It means that she had kind of carte blanche to flirt with other dudes and there was nothing he could do to stop her. Here's one you really want to look out for. I get bored easy, or another way they can say this is all my exes were toxic. What this actually means is that she's addicted to drama and emotional stimulation. She needs a constant emotional roller coaster in order to maintain interest and attraction in a man or in a relationship in general. This one is a bit of a red flag. Run for the hills if you see a woman saying this. If you are not getting consistent communication from a woman during this dating phase and she hits you back with, I've been busy, what that actually means is she only wants to talk to you when she's bored and she wants some free attention. It means you are not attractive enough, you're not a big enough priority in her life to warrant actually giving her attention to. So when she's feeling bored and when she wants a bit of attention, wants a bit of an ego boost, that's when magically all of a sudden, now she has time for you. Women make time for the guys in their life that they are attracted to. They will bend over backwards for the men they're actually attracted to, that they have genuine desire for. So if she's too busy to respond to your text, to hang out with you, any of these things, it means that she's kind of just using you for a bit of free attention when she can't get any from anyone else. Have you ever heard a woman say, you're insecure or you're controlling? What this means is that you having boundaries as a man in this relationship limits her ability to monkey branch from this relationship to a more attractive one. She's projecting this back onto you, basically. So it's kind of an admission of guilt in a lot of ways when women say things like this. And obviously, a guy will typically get this response when he calls his girlfriend or whatever out on seeking male attention with flirting with other men or messaging other guys on Instagram or going out and partying and hanging around a bunch of random dudes. Then if he brings this up and he confronts her about this and he's like, no, this is a boundary. We're not going to cross this boundary. Otherwise you'd have a relationship. She will throw out something like you're controlling, you're insecure, which basically means she wants to be able to have it both ways. She wants to be able to be in the current relationship, but look for a better one at the same time. We call this monkey branching, where a woman is not actually single ever. She's in one relationship, and then when that one ends, now she's magically already in another one because she was looking for this guy the whole time she was in this other relationship. A real man, insert whatever you want. What this basically is a form of guilting and shaming tactic. What she's saying here is she's trying to use guilt and shame to emotionally manipulate you into behaving in a way that limits your sexual options or increases her sexual options. So here's a perfect example. A real man is okay with his girlfriend going out to clubs on the weekend with her girlfriends without him and dancing and grinding on strange men. So basically, he's trying to manipulate any guy who objects to that into letting her get away with that very disrespectful behavior. By the way, guys, while you're here, I've got a free gift for you. Check out the link down in the description down below, or click this little button icon up in the top left-hand corner here, and I'll give you my free guide, 5 subtle mistakes men make in the bedroom and how to fix them. Totally free. People rave about it. Go check it out. All right, these next phrases you're going to encounter during the breakup phase of your relationship, or when you're about to get broken up with. So look out for these ones. He's just a friend, or don't worry about him. What this means is he's probably her backup plan, or she'll hook up with him if she thinks you won't find out about it. If a dude is actually like just a friend and kind of like an orbiter of hers, if he's the guy who she genuinely doesn't have any attraction to or whatever, she's probably going to describe him as nice. She wouldn't use phrases like don't worry about him. She's trying to get you off the scent, so to speak. Trust your instincts with this stuff, guys. There's a big part of male evolution, like sexual evolutionary psychology, which is geared around not becoming a cuckold. And when your instincts fire up in regards to this sort of stuff, you're probably onto something. I'm fine. You ever hear a woman say this? I mean, everyone, any guy who's watching this who's ever been in a relationship with a woman has heard this phrase. I'm fine. It's usually done with like an eye roll or a really shitty body language. What she's actually saying there is she's not fine, and she wants you to figure out why, because to her, you being an emotional psychic means that you actually care about her. That's what that phrase actually means. She wants you to know already. She wants you to understand this. She wants you to be very in tune with her emotions and the things that she cares about and the things that upset her. That's what she's really communicating. I don't do insert something kinky. What she's actually saying here is the idea of submitting sexually to a guy like you repulses her, and she'd happily do this kinky, perverted sex act with like a celebrity or a rock star or a professional athlete if you came onto her, but you are not high value enough. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. When a woman says this, it means she's not sexually attracted to you anymore. It means she's probably banging some other guy, but she's going to keep you around and string you along for attention and resources because she can, and because you fell for it. Any combination of I need some time to find myself, or I need space, or I need me time. What this means is she's no longer sexually attracted to you, you bore her, and you don't provide any emotional roller coaster to her. So she's going to try and find your replacement and keep you in limbo just in case she can't get a more attractive guy to commit to her. All right, these next phrases I'm going to call winner phrases. So if you hear any of these, it's a fantastic sign. You're an asshole, or you're such a dick. The caveat is that she says either of these with a smile on her face. What this actually means is you're hot, have my babies. That's what she's really saying. Women will slap you on the arm, call you an asshole, call you a dickhead, but if they're smiling and laughing while they're and they're touching you, especially if they're touching you while they're saying it, means they're attracted to you. It means you're turning her on. It means your asshole-ish behavior, your dick behavior is actually something that has triggered attraction to her. We're not having sex tonight. If a woman says this, it means she's thinking about having sex with you. The thought has entered her head. She would never even say that. The thought of sleeping with you never crossed her mind. That phrase is never going to come out of her mouth. So she's thinking about having sex with you. She's trying to preserve her reputation specifically with you. She's trying to make you not perceive her as a slut because she actually likes you and she actually would like to sleep with you. I don't normally do this. She says that. It means she's done this at least one time before and she's trying to not come across as a slut, even though she wants to be one with you right now. Here's a real big one that most guys just don't understand and goes way over their head. I wish you would communicate more. What she actually means here is, I want you to tell me you love me or you miss me. That's all that means. Doesn't mean she wants you to just dump all your emotions and dump all of your insecurities onto her. That's a terrible idea. When a woman says, I wish you would communicate more, I want you to communicate more, what she actually means is she wants you to tell you love her more, and she wants you to tell her that you miss her when she's not around. That's all that means. It's as simple as that. Guarantee, if you start doing one or both of those things every now and then, she'll stop asking you to communicate. You're appeasing her insecurity. Why haven't you introduced me to your friends yet? Why haven't you introduced me to your family yet? What she's actually saying here is, I love you. She loves you. And she's worried you aren't going to commit to her. She's starting to feel insecure about how much commitment she can actually get from you. You're so attractive to her. Any of those last ones, it's a fantastic sign that this woman is really into and digs you. And by the way, one of the ways you get her to say things like that, one of the ways you get a woman to be absolutely head over heels into you is by knowing how to rock her world in the bedroom. Check out this video over here and you'll find out how.